today, so let's get on with it. Kia ora everybody, thank you so much for joining me here today, and we're in my kitchen where we're going to make a fluffy cloud cheesecake. So thanks for joining, and I've got my New Zealand map on my apron because I just wanted to let you know that, g'day Mel, how's it going? I just want to let you know we're all safe. Our tsunami warning's been lifted. There's just a marine alert, a marine warning around parts of the coast. How's it going there, Mel? So yeah, it's been an interesting sort of day. So I did do a little broadcast this morning just to let you know that we're all okay, because sometimes down here at the bottom of the world we get forgotten about. Yep, we're all good. Kobe, awesome, thank you. Second time today. So we are going to be making it's not mine, but we're going to be making a fluffy cloud cheesecake. Mel, thank you so much. Mel, I'm going to send you a message because I hope you're going to join our International Women's Day broadcast on, it'll be Tuesday for us. Monday for the rest of the world, but Tuesday for us. So we are just getting it organized now, so I'll send you a DM because International Women. We are the ones. So I've got a recipe here, and this is my fluffy cloud, well, he calls it Japanese style souffle cheesecake. But I like the bit at the top where it says fluffy cloud. So Kari, awesome, Santa Rosa. So we need, and I've done a little conversion here for you as well. It's really easy. I've done it before. We're just going to make one, and then, because you can see what it's going to look like, but this is a really good cheesecake. Yeah, Mel, yeah. We need 200 grams of, Blaine, awesome, Z Pooper, 200 grams of cream cheese, or 200 grams is 7.05 ounces. So I've done the conversions here. I've done the conversions. So I'm going to get this, the cream cheese in here. Oh, come on. It is a bit, oh, there we go. It's stuck in there, cream cheese. How's it going there, Blaine? Blaine and I have been talking non-stop for a wee while. And adding to this, so whisk together the cream cheese, the sour cream. So here's the sour cream. We need 60 grams of sour cream, or 2.12 ounces. So that goes in there as well. I was just telling Blaine the funny story about the lady down in Opotiki. They interviewed her this morning about the earthquake, and she was really happy because it had shaken all the peaches off a tree, and now she was going to get on with bottling them. Pablo! Yeah, so it's funny, the times like this we have these funny stories coming out. So all her peaches dropped off a tree. She doesn't have to pick them, and she's getting on with the work today, bottling them. We also adding here 40 grams of butter, which is 1.41 ounces. Nice to see you all. Thank you for joining. It's all just going in there, and you whisk this. So you need to have these at room temperature, which I hope they are. And I've got them in a smallish bowl because it makes it easy to whisk. Whoa. Good, it's room temperature. Pablo, fantastic. Thank you so much. You're awesome. I was just saying to Mel, we're going to get Mel in on our International Women's Day broadcast, so you guys watch out for that next week. We've got a lot of fabulous international women lined up. So there we go. I'm doing, can you see? Oh, yes, you can. I'm doing this, I'm doing it all in glass so that you can see what's happening here. Love doing a little bit of cooking for you every now and then. There we go. Yes, it's been a really interesting day here in New Zealand. They've evacuated whole towns, asked everybody to move to higher ground, mostly for precautions because we never know how this is going to be. Everybody's been able to go home now. We just are asked to keep away from the coast. no boaties going out. I know the media overseas gets a bit, and probably here as well, they bring up old footage. So we've had, you know, people going out surfing and boating and everything. They always love to show the old footage. Even parts of downtown Auckland have been blocked off. Blinky Bill, Happy Gora, Brenda, fantastic. Even parts of downtown Auckland have all been closed, evacuated, because of course it's all reclaimed land down there, so it is underwater. No, it's not underwater. It's out. It was underwater. It's out of the water. So because it's all been reclaimed. So, and we've seen videos of the tidal surges coming in. So it's pretty dangerous to be going out in the water if people are planning it. So that's good. We've whisked the cream cheese, the sour cream, and the butter. I need to put in here 4 beautiful eggs. 4 beautiful eggs, all Taika eggs from up north. So the whites go into this bowl and the yolk goes in here. So we can do this carefully. Oh, hear a siren. You've had a lot of sirens going off today. So there we go, 1 separated. How's it going there, Blinky Bill? Second egg. This cheesecake is really good. It's very, very light, and it was first developed in Japan, in Fukuoka, with the American soldiers there during the Second World War, and the influence of cheesecake coming from New York. However, in Japan, cheesecake is a lot lighter than it is in America. 2 eggs. Oh, 1 by 1, wasn't it? 1 by 1? Remind me, 1 by 1. That's 2. That's 2. I have to do extra whisking. Yeah, so so this is how this develops. So it doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't have masses of cream cheese in it. It's cream cheese, sour cream, and butter, and now the eggs going in. Oh, you get to watch the replay. 1 more egg, that looks well enough combined. Always have to watch me because I'll start talking. Shirley, you would love this one. It's really, really light. Just being careful here with the eggs. Separating the eggs is always, you know, you don't want to get the yolk in there, then it makes it really difficult to whisk the egg whites later, because we want them to be all nice. And so that's 3. Nice to see you, Shirley. Yes, this is a really delicious cheesecake, and it was developed in Japan, in Fukuoka, when the American servicemen were there during the Second World War. Japan, the cheesecakes are delicious. There's nothing like a coffee and cheesecake in the afternoon. It's a real pick-me-up. And they usually often serve it with a little bit of jam on the side. So I've got some lovely raspberry jam to show you. And I'm going to show you a couple of other little tricky New Zealand things I've just got on hand here. So, okay, so far in here we have 200 grams or 7.05 ounces of cream cheese, 60 grams or 2.12 ounces of sour cream, 40 grams or 1.41 ounces of butter, 4 egg yolks. Oh. It does have a water bath, yes. I think you might have seen me doing this one before, Shirley. I did it in the last lockdown. There we go, is that better? Bring you down a little bit without skidding you across the room. So there we go, the mixture's getting nice. Sure, fantastic. How's that? Nice, smooth mixture. 1 by 1, then sift in the flour and fold in well. So the flour is, sift in the flour. The amount of flour is 40 grams, which is actually 1/4 cup. Or 2 ounces. That's good, that's good. So we need to sift the flour in here. I think you probably think my bowl's getting a bit small, and it is, because we're going to be transferring to a larger one shortly. So just sift the flour in. I don't have a posh one that where you do the handle like that, I'm sorry. Fold in. Whisk in the egg yolks one by one, then sift in the flour and fold in well. Okay, so we don't need the whisk now, because we're going to do some folding here. Get as much of that out. We don't need the whisk again, so we want to try and get all of that out of there. Fold it in well, which I've done, and we need to add 200 mils of milk. So here's the milk side. So 200 mils is 200 mils is here. I'm going to put the milk in, and then we'll be able to see it's less. It looks like it's between a cup and 3/4, and 3/4 of a cup and 1 cup. So let's 200. Big milk today. I don't usually buy this size. There we go. 200. Just under a cup. Woohoo! Oh, yes! Okay, and we add this, gradually add the milk a little bit at a time until it's incorporated. Just over, Shirley, I think. So I'm just mixing this in. Actually, it's good using a small bowl at the moment, because I don't need to mix too much. But the recipe, I can't remember doing this last time, but the recipe does say to, once you've mixed it, almost a cup, yeah. The recipe does say that once you've mixed this together, put it through the sieve again to get all the lumps out, but I don't see any lumps in here. Strain this mixture through a sieve to remove any lumps. Stir in the lemon zest. I don't see any lumps, but we'll do what he says. And if you remember, once I was doing a broadcast at the house with all the old house with all the art in, and there was a guy there photographing food, doing his food styling. This is his recipe. His name is Sam Mannering. So this is his recipe, and he's pretty good. I'll shift those egg whites just over there. He's pretty good with all his stuff. So there we go. Yeah. A bit more milk. I think we can just add it all now. Gets a bit boring doing things too slowly. So there we go. So the mixture is quite liquid. It does have a few lumps, but we are going to be good little children, and we're going to do exactly what Sam tells us. So I've got a big bowl, and I've got my sifter. What's that there? I use this for everything. It's really, really handy, and it's really old. Looks good already. What about, there's no crust here. There's no crust. It's just like this, and it does turn out looking exactly the same. It's a very, very light cheesecake. So there's no biscuit base or anything like that. So now we are putting this through the sieve to remove any lumps. This is actually when you need an extra pair of hands, I reckon. Yeah. I suppose it's no baking powder or anything. It's just cream cheese, sour cream, butter, eggs, flour, milk, zest of a lemon, and sugar. Where's the sugar go? Yeah, that goes in with the egg whites. So a bit more of this. Yes, we've had a bit of excitement in New Zealand today with the earthquakes, but actually nobody I know even felt them. But we have to be very careful because, you know, in Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, there's been terrible tragedies with tsunamis, so we never know. But the Kermadecks are about 1,000 k's off the coast of New Zealand. It is part of New Zealand. So when the headlines say earthquake in New Zealand, it can actually be anywhere around us. New Zealand's made up of about 600 islands. Okay, the last of it. Joel, awesome, nice to see you. We are just, yep, getting the last of this through the sieve. You know, the thing about cooking is a lot of baking like this, a lot of people don't do it because they're a little bit frightened of it. But I always think it's like a little bit like a scientific experiment. You know, you just follow all the directions. Things usually turn out, and if they don't, g'day Mexico, Maria, nice. Yeah. And, you know, if they don't turn out, you just try again. Good. That is going to be the smoothest cheesecake you've ever seen. Now, because I didn't do that last time I made it, that's for sure. Wow, beautiful. Look at that. Like custard. Okay. Lemon zest. We're adding the lemon zest. Oh, cold, sure. That's good. Because I did do a little conversion for you. I was going, hey Siri, all the time, and she told me all of these answers. Yes, you might just be able to say konnichiwa. There we go, the lemon zest going in. That's the only texture that's in it, really. Give that a stir through. No vanilla. It's just like a really, really beautiful, yeah, custard. I'm glad we put the lemon zest in after that. If we put it in beforehand, it would have been, yeah, it wouldn't have gone through the sieve, I suppose. Just getting a little bit messy here with the eggs. Oh, you took a picture? Yeah. Kathy, awesome. How are you? We're doing the old cheesecake again, the fluffy cloud cheesecake. Remember, we did it during the lockdown, and it's really delicious, and I wanted to make it again. So now we're up to this stage. We need to whip the egg whites. So my New Zealand apron. So where is New Zealand? This part of New Zealand was all, everybody had to move to higher ground. This part here, up the north, and also from here, east, if you can see, East Cape, right around here. I've actually seen videos from Tolaga of the wave, like really surreal coming in. But we're all okay now. So a bit of noise because I'm just going to be whisking the egg whites. More egg whites. Whoa, look at them. Look at that fluffy cloud. They're cooked up really, really quickly. Wow, look at that. Amazing. That was fast. Just like a tsunami. Kathy, I was just telling a story about the lady in Opotiki who they interviewed her this morning and about the earthquake, if she'd felt it. She said yes. She was really happy because it's shaken all the peaches off the tree, and now she's able to bottle them. Yeah. cheesecake. Yes, yeah, it is. So it is nice and light. So whisk the egg whites until they're starting to form soft peaks. Then whisk in the sugar. Okay, well, we're too late with the sugar. I will whisk them with something else. Because already I've taken them out of the beater, taken the paddles out of the beater, and yeah, there we go. So we'll just whisk them in here. You just don't want to lose this air. That's what the whisking's about. Hi, Bob. How's it going? Woo. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Cool. We're doing the fluffy cloud cheesecake. I have done it before, as you probably remember. Mix 1/3 of the egg white mixture into the batter. Here we go. 1/3. Woohoo! Then carefully mix. Yeah, mix 1/3. Okay, mix 1/3. So mixing is different from folding. So that's mixing 1/3. Mixing, get that well combined. Next we fold in another 1/3. So folding is different. You should be actually folding with a spoon, not that. So you need a good old grandma cooking spoon for the folding. Because you just don't want the air to be knocked out of it. So that's what the folding's about. G'day, Kim. How's it going? Clevie, awesome. It's nearly ready. It's nearly done. Cool. Good. I need you all to come and clean up my kitchen after we get finished. So another fold. Until the two mixtures are just incorporated into each other. And you can see that, you can actually see the fluffy clouds, look. Oh yes, imagine measuring fluffy clouds. Perfect, look at that. Could almost bake it like that, I reckon. It looks fantastic. So pour into the lined tin. Okay, the lined tin. So he recommends using a collapsible tin, which is one of these ones, cake tin, that you can remove the side. So Alexa's fantastic. So I've already lined it. So I sprayed it, cut out the circle for the bottom, and then cut out the pieces to go around the side. Yes, it's red. This is awesome, this cheesecake. So what we're doing now is pouring, I'll grab another one of these. We're now pouring the mixture into the tin. I'm just making sure I can read everything. So pour this in here. Whoa, fluffy, fluffy. How gorgeous. I'll just turn this round. I can tell this is going to be a really good one. Unfortunately, I don't have another one to show you, but you can just make it for yourselves and you can try it out because it's fantastic. Whee! That'll do. So it's not a traditional American cheesecake. It's a lot lighter. It's a Japanese cheesecake. A Japanese version. Sure, fantastic. Thank you. It's a Japanese version of the American cheesecake, and it was made, developed for the servicemen, American servicemen in Japan during the Second World War, actually in Fukuoka. I can't wait for your 2 slices. Good. Then the next trick is you just knock it on the bench gently. Knock on the counter gently to get rid of any big air pockets, which I didn't have. Wrap some foil around the base of it. Okay, I'm following all the instructions. Joanna, no banana. It's fabulous. Nice to see you. Whoa, we met the other day. It's awesome. Thank you. New York, New York. Okay, so you get some foil and you put the foil around the bottom here, fold it up around the edge. This is because it's going into a bath. Shirley, thank you so much. It's going into a bain-marie, into a water bath. You don't want that water getting in through the bottom. That's done. Then you're putting it into a baking dish. Oh, it's light. It's really light. Putting it into the baking dish and hot water, which I already boiled. You do this just to come just up the side, about that far. Yes. Yeah. Look, you can all make it. It's really, really fantastic. I've got the oven set at 160, which is 320. So I'm going to put it in. And it goes in for 10 minutes. Be careful. Oh, 11. 10. It goes in for 10 minutes. Jojo, awesome. After 10 minutes, I'm going to reduce the oven to 150, from 160 to 150. So that's from 320, I suppose, to 310. I'm not sure, but that'll do. And you bake it for a further 40 minutes. So it's, oh, you do need a coffee to go with it, absolutely. Resist the urge to open the oven door and peek. So once you've lowered the, you don't open it for 50 minutes. Once cooked, allow to cool in the tin before carefully turning out. Dust with icing sugar and serve, wiping the knife down with a hot wet cloth as you cut each slice. And it does really turn out looking like that. Now, a Japanese friend of mine has made this and said it is absolutely perfect. I'll be serving it with this lovely raspberry fruit preserve from the South Island of New Zealand. It's really, really good. Really good. In this new recipe, we left out some sugar so we could add more fruit. The result is a fruitier, more flavoursome preserve. My father learnt the art of preserving from my grandmother during wartime years. He loved to innovate and always aspired to make the best. That will never change, and nor will the view from the farm. Enjoy. So this is from the South Island of New Zealand. So those two go together perfectly. We put a little dusting of Ellie. Oh, Ellie, fantastic. Thank you. Put a little dusting of icing sugar. Lemon curd. Yeah, lemon curd's good. Anything raspberry. Absolutely. But just for a few, I'm going to let you go in a minute. Just for a few minutes, I just want to show you, it's quite a special time in New Zealand at the moment, not only for dramas, but for fruit, because it is our fruit season. So it's really great. And apart from like delicious peaches and plums, what else have I got here? And passion fruit. That's off my sister's vine, passion fruit. And we've got nice apples coming in. We also have feijoas. Kathy, awesome, thank you. Feijoas are amazing. I'm going to cut it in half and show it to you. And we also have, because kiwi fruit season has finished, but it's just starting again, so we'll get our lovely big kiwi fruit shortly. But we also have in store at the moment kiwi berries. You won't find them in the big mainstream supermarkets because they don't produce enough of them, but you find them in like owner-operated fruit shops and small sort of supermarket specialties. Not really specialty, but you know, the big supermarkets, they like to buy like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilos of stuff and then store it all in refrigeration. These are so delicious because they haven't been through all that process. They've been packed. but they are really, really fabulous. So they are they're about the size of a grape. They come in that purpley colour. Yes, yeah, they taste, yes, but they're more juicy and sweet. Feijoa, yes, we freeze, not this one. I suppose you could. There's no reason why you can't. So we've got little, but I have these every morning when they're in season on my cereal, my muesli, have it with blueberries. I'm going to cut a couple of them open and show you, because they are good. So this is the green. Never tried the Kerry beer. Yeah, they're really, really good. I suppose they're a little bit like a Chinese gooseberry maybe. So that's the green one. So it just look like a kiwi fruit actually. Yeah. And then the purpley one. Much the same, just different colour. Is that focused enough? I think that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. They're so delicious. Love. Okay, so that's the green one. There's definitely a difference in taste. Wonder Kid, how's it going? Apples? Yep, we got apples at the moment. Oh, that was my peach dropping off. Yeah, we've got nice apples at the moment. Apple season, they're really, really, really good. But feijoa. I know feijoa in California, you call it pineapple guava. These originally come from Brazil. And in Brazil, they're very, very small, and they just shrivel up and drop off the tree. So it grows on a tree. You need to have two, because they have to have a boy and a girl. But every New Zealand home has a feijoa tree, so you don't need to have two, because the neighbour's about to have the one that you haven't got. This is what a feijoa looks like. Wow. Yeah, skin and all. Yeah, avocado. Yep, avocados are good at the moment too. Yeah. I don't have an avocado actually to show you. So these are really, really fragrant, really delicious. You can get feijoa ice cream, feijoa smoothies, hey, feijoa cake, feijoa loaf. We can freeze them. Yeah. And to eat, you just eat it like a boiled egg. So they start to discolor as well. This is like a jelly. Yeah, so you just eat them like this. You end up with this, yeah. You've never had a guava. Okay, yeah. The seeds are all in there, look. Lots of little seeds. So it's like a jelly. Sweet and sour. They're very, very fragrant. They're really, really delicious. Really good. They're not ripe until they drop off the tree. Oh, they're so good. But you either love them or you hate them. You love them or you hate them. Yeah, so that you pick them up off the ground. That's when they're perfectly ripe. So it's not, and they don't last well. They don't store well. So they're not good for, we can't export them like we export kiwi fruit. Because kiwi fruit, they can pick them green and send them off overseas. In fact, we have 3 ships that constantly go between New Zealand and Japan, and only carrying kiwi fruit. And they are called kakariki, Fero, and Kofi. So that's yellow, green, and yellow, yeah, yellow, green, and red. Each ship's got the name of the kiwi fruit, of the colours. So kiwi fruit, delicious. But these I think are sort of the most unusual, because even New Zealanders don't. Even a lot of New Zealanders have never tried these, but they are seriously seriously good. It looks like a grape, but in about the same size, but definitely kiwi flavour. So our cheesecake will be coming out in about 40 minutes. Maria! Yes, I know, Pam, awesome. Yeah, they're really good. So we've just been looking at these little kiwi berries. We've got green ones and purple ones. In fact, this year was the first time for me to see the purple ones. Technology is amazing. Yeah, amazing. So next week, everybody, is Monday is International Women's Day. So a few of us have got together and planned a little event on HAPS. So we're just contacting a few people now as I speak to get it organised. I'm going to be here. Oh, Rick, fabulous. I'm going to be here on HAPS, but it will also go out on, I'm loving HAPS. I love HAPS. I feel it's really great. We've got our little community going here again. It's really good. Yes, Shirley. So I'll be permanently here on HAPS. Yes, Pam. Yeah, we're all good. The tsunami, earthquake, tsunami, everything's we're back in control again. Yeah. I am doing a soup. That's the following, yeah, that's in a week's time. Yeah. So yeah, I am going to do a soup, and I have a little story about my soup as well. So, which is quite fun. Oh, there we go. 10 minutes is up, so I need to lower the temperature to 150, and it's another 40 minutes. Oh, come on. 40. I think it's 40, isn't it, or 50? Yeah, 40 minutes now, and I've just lowered the temperature. Periscope is winding down. Yep, definitely. There's no crossover at the moment between Periscope and Twitter. And also, Periscope is dead now. There's just nothing happening there at all. So, which is sad because we've had a fabulous few years on Periscope. We've all loved it. And look at all the people we've met. It's been wonderful. So, yeah. So we're all a little bit sad, but hey, as they say, all good things come to an end, and we must move on, and you know, we just move on all together, which is great. So make sure that you follow all your favorite Periscopers on Twitter, because that's a good way to keep in touch. I'm about 15 or 20 minutes away from the water. So yes, Ellie, yeah, it did serve its purpose. It did. It brought us all together. We would never have met each other otherwise. And now we're on Instagram together, and we're on Facebook together. And, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing what it's done. So, but there's nobody to run Periscope, I suppose. Nobody there. So, yeah, so the coastal areas and downtown Auckland were all closed because that's all reclaimed land down there. So that's all been closed, but it's reopened again. People evacuated. It's really precautionary because we don't want to have a major disaster. So we've got enough things happening in the world. So everybody, I'm going to finish. Come on over and clean up the kitchen. Thank you so much. I did call it the Fluffy Cloud Cheesecake because that is what's in the title here. And I love that name. But he does... Yes, sure, it'll be different. Yeah. Thanks, Ellie. Yeah. They call it... Sam calls it Japanese-style souffle cheesecake. I'll see if I can find the recipe online, and then I'll post it to... HAPS, but also I did a bit of a conversion here on stuff. 1.41 ounces. We've been using metric in New Zealand since 1967, so we've forgotten all about these things, these ounces. Yeah, which is yeah. Yeah. So everybody, I'm going to finish. Feed jars are empty. See how they start to discolour? Yep, and that's it. So thank you very much for joining me. Lenny, awesome. How's it going? Wow, twice in one day. Lenny was on our spaces this morning, and in our spaces we were on Twitter, and we were talking about getting our International Women's Day event underway. Thank you so much, everybody. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Kia ora and ka kite. This feels like the old Periscope days. Nice to see you all. Thank you. And yeah, have a great weekend. And it's me with the cheesecake. Thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody. Lovely to do a bit of cooking with you. I'm not cooking dinner. We're getting takeaways tonight. Takeaways from Coco's, my favourite place to eat. They're doing a special lockdown takeout. So it's spaghetti and it's polenta chips, spaghetti and meatballs, a pizza and tiramisu. Yeah. Off you go, Maria. Yeah, you're off for dinner. Good. Yeah, you do know about earthquakes. And you know, New Zealand, we're not called the Shaky Isles for nothing. We get thousands of them every year. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Okay, Alexis, thank you. Oh, it's Louise and then Z-O-U, Pam. So Louise Zuzu. Louise Poppy was already taken. Okay, thanks, everybody. Kia ora, ka kite, and catch you all later. Thank you so much. Lots of fun with you. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.